Thank you to all you people coming in from TikTok. Since you're here, you might as well go ahead and drop a sub now. But these are some crazy NFL facts I guarantee you didn't know. The longest field goal in NFL history was 64 yards by Matt Prater on the Denver Broncos in 2013. The only NFL player to record a touchdown on a kick return, punt return, and interception was Devin Hester from the Chicago Bears in 2008. The shortest NFL player was Jack Soapy Shapiro, who played one game for the Staten Island Stapletons in 1929, and he was only 5 feet tall. The longest NFL game recorded was between the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs in 1971 that totaled 82 minutes and 40 seconds. Joe Montana is the only player to get 3 Super Bowl MVPs. The Pittsburgh Steelers have the most Super Bowl wins with 6. The Dallas Cowboys hold the record for the most consecutive seasons with at least one playoff win with 20 seasons from 1975 to 1995. The first ever Super Bowl was in 1967 between the Green Bay Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs, and the halftime show consisted of marching bands and drill teams. Miami Dolphins are the only team in NFL history to have an undefeated season, going 17-0 in 1972. But the New England Patriots hold the record for the most consecutive wins with 18 in 2007. The NFL has had 103 tied games to date. The only NFL team to have a winless season and a Super Bowl win is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Detroit Lions have never played in a Super Bowl game. San Francisco 49ers hold the record for the most consecutive playoff wins with 10 from 1988 to 1994. The NFL's first African-American coach was Fritz Pollard, who coached the Akron Pros in 1921. The most NFL interceptions in one game was 14 by Night Train Lane of the Detroit Lions in 1952. The most sacks in an NFL season is 22 by Michael Strahan in 2001. The most rushing yards in an NFL season was 2,105 by Eric Dickerson in 1984. The most receiving yards in a season was 1,964 by Calvin Johnson. That was in 2012. The most Super Bowl appearances by one player is Tom Brady with 10. The longest touchdown pass in NFL history was Peyton Manning to Demaryius Thomas, which was 99 yards in 2011. The most Pro Bowl selections by an NFL player is Tom Brady and Peyton Manning with 18 selections. The most field goals made in a season was 40 by David Akers in 2011. The Pittsburgh Steelers were originally named the Pittsburgh Pirates in 1933 when they were founded. In 1943, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Steelers merged for one season due to player shortages from World War II. In 1995, the NFL played its first game out of the United States between the Houston Oilers and the Dallas Cowboys in Mexico City. The Miami Dolphins are the only team in NFL history to have a winning record against every other team. The NFL has had a couple female coaches, including Jen Welter, who was the first female coach who was hired by the Arizona Cardinals in 2015. In 1979, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers drafted a player that had never played American football before. In the 1974 season, the NFL actually experimented with a 15-yard penalty for excessive celebrating. Eric Wood, a former center for the Buffalo Bills, struggled with claustrophobia, which made him extremely anxious when he was stuck at the bottom of piles during NFL games. Bob Sanders, a former safety for the Indianapolis Colts, came out and said he had an extreme fear of flying, which made it hard for him to fly to games. Brandon Marshall, former Denver Broncos wide receiver, has come out and said that he struggled with borderline personality disorder. Joe Montana, former 49ers quarterback, said he struggles with aquaphobia, which made it hard for him to swim and enjoy water sports with his family and team. Former defensive tackle for the Baltimore Ravens, Tony Siragusa, struggled with ophidiophobia, which is a fear of snakes, which made him avoid certain parts of the field.